New Mexico is a popular site for film and TV. The film Logan was filmed in Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and some parts in other towns. Also was filmed in Albuquerque was Breaking Bad and its other spin-offs. Did you have an interest in film when you were younger, and why?
I did have an interest in film when I was younger. I was a huge fanatic of watching film and television. It's kind of growing up in a poor household. It's the way that you do it. You know, I spent hours and hours at the drive-in theater. I saw Star Wars: A New Hope 8 times in the drive-in theater. So,
How did you get started in film?
I was a fight promoter for a long time. So as a fight promoter, I had access to super hot bikini ring girls and these really crazy, like, thug felon looking guys. So when the movies started coming to New Mexico, they started asking, hey, I need somebody that looks like they just got out of prison. And I'm like, well, I got just the guy. Or they need some supermodel. And I had the ability to provide them. So for a couple of years, I just would send my fighters and ring girls over to them. And then one day, an extras casting director asked if I would help out with a project, so I started working for her. And then I decided I was going to go ahead and start playing in the acting world and started becoming a background actor. So I got to spend a ton of time on set. It was fun.
What advice would you give a young person that's interested in getting started?
Pick up a camera and start shooting movies.
What do you most enjoy, acting, directing, or producing?
Acting is my favorite thing just because it allows me to be the most creative. Directing is really hard because there's so many people looking at you that have a better understanding of the science of creating film, and you just feel like you're always going to be scrutinized. Producing is actually the hardest thing, but it's what I get hired to do the most. There's not as many great producers out there as there are actors. So when I'm trying to do acting, I'm competing with thousands of people. When I'm producing, basically I'm the guy they call. So
the film industry creates jobs, more than 16,000 well-paying jobs.
How do you feel about film and movie making in New Mexico?
I believe that film and movie making in New Mexico is great for not only our local economy, but also for the local actors, actresses, any of the photographers, lighting, all those people that are looking to get into the industry and looking for a way to get started in the industry. Doing that here locally in New Mexico is just a great step and a great platform for all those that are interested in the industry. And when it gets here applied in New Mexico, it boosts our economy and helps everyone.
How do you feel your job connects to film and movie making?
Well, we work on a monthly basis creating and producing 30 and 60-second commercials. We work on doing social media ads almost on a daily basis, and having to work with all the local production crews. And we have several actors and actresses that actually are involved in our process. And so having that connection to the film industry in New Mexico is, a very special one.
Why did you want to teach a TV productions class?
Well, I thought it was a cool class because it's kind of like a new technology that is changing. So the technology changes a lot, and creating videos and stuff like that it's really easy for kids to do now with computers and iPads, and I just thought it was a cool class that would give kids a chance to see that they could also make films and do cool things like that. Yeah.
Did you have an interest in film when you were younger, and what type?
I did. I mean, I've always liked film. I think everybody likes a good movie. Documentaries are always cool. We didn't have those classes when I was in school, so it didn't really seem obtainable.
What are expectations for your students?
Well, first and foremost, I expect my students to kind of like think and believe that they can create a documentary themselves with a little bit of time and dedication. I'd like kids to work hard, but more importantly, I'd like them to see that they can have a bigger impact on the world around them through film and some hard work.
What does film mean to you?
I think film it's a great pastime that can be used in a multitude of ways. Not only is it a good pastime for people, family, friends, and stuff to gather around and watch a good film for entertainment's sake, but I also think it could be used in education and can be used in ways to like inspire people to do things. So it's got a great impact that I don't think people believe they can be a part of sometimes. I think it's like for a lot of us, we think that Hollywood and getting into film and making films and things like that is some far off, unattainable thing in Hollywood, but it's actually closer than we think.
Security needs to be in movie sets and etc. for more safety reasons for themselves and others. How long have you been bodyguarding celebrities?
17 years.
How did you get into bodyguarding celebrities?
I originally was hired by a producer to be his personal assistant, and later moved into celebrity protection for him and other celebrities.
Can there be opportunities for young people in film?
Absolutely. Film is it is the biggest opportunity for young people, especially in this state.
Have you ever had a bad experience bodyguarding a celebrity, and why?
Many bad experiences bodyguarding celebrities. Most of the time, just because of people having bad manners.
What special skills are needed for bodyguarding and photography?
For photography, you need to be able to see something and recognize the beauty in it. Whether it's a landscape or a parked car, whatever it is that interests you, you have to be able to recognize the imagery of it. And what was the question about bodyguarding?
What special skills?
Multitasking and being able to pay attention to things happening around you, being very aware of your surroundings and the surroundings of other people, paying attention to people's movements, and myself, I think martial arts counts for a lot of it, but I would say most importantly to be vigilant and be aware.
Thank you. Were you one of the reasons that Netflix moved to New Mexico, and why?
So Netflix came here based solely on the rebates and incentives that they were able to create within the legislation of the New Mexico film community. And they hired our former film liaison, Nick Maniatis, as their liaison to the legislator. And so what they did is they pretty much bribed New Mexico with promises of tons of productions if they would rewrite the laws to fit their needs. So Netflix basically created a system where they can get our tax dollars without actually having to contribute to the community. So I'm one of the people who think that Netflix isn't the best decision for New Mexico. However, in 3 or 4 years, as the industry grows because they're here, we'll all start to reap the rewards of it. So Netflix, in the long run, is an ally. The problem is it's unsustainable the way that they've created it. So Netflix will do really great things, but New Mexicans won't see any of it.
Thank you. What are you most looking forward to by Netflix moving to New Mexico?
Well, I would like to see Netflix, as they move to New Mexico, I'd like to see them help boost up the economy. I'd like to see more New Mexicans get jobs through Netflix and not just get tax write-offs as a company. So I think that would be important. But two, I'd like to see them kind of implement and develop some programs here in the school system, APS, that allows them to become young filmmakers.
Thank you.
How do you feel about Netflix moving to New Mexico?
Oh, Netflix moving to New Mexico is just is going to be awesome for our state. Bringing a name brand like Netflix and now applying it locally to what we can do here inside our state, along with the film and movie making industry, is only going to, propel us further in the future when it comes to film and movie making.
Do you think Netflix coming to New Mexico will be good for the economy and the job industry?
Absolutely. It's going to create a lot of jobs for our state locally. Give a lot of people that are looking to get into this industry as they're starting to graduate high school, graduate college. They aren't having to go out of state to look for these jobs. They can now stay in state. And with Netflix coming in, it's only going to give everyone that's looking to get into this industry another avenue to do that.
Thank you. What do you think about Netflix coming to New Mexico?
I believe it could help the state, with new jobs, with new people coming in for them, with helping homeless and making new movies and TV shows. The fun part, but also for the business side, I think it could be good. We can make new allies, I guess you could say, and have new friends, I guess. But overall, I think it could be really good for the economy, maybe for new people, as I just said. But yeah, I think it could be really good for New Mexico.
Thank you.
Film is a form of art that should be spread to our younger generation to keep it alive and also to conquer fears like presenting to an audience and etc. Thanks for watching, and I hope you learned a lesson for film.